Hey guys, it's Troy here, checking out a new camera today, so we'll see how it goes. I haven't used this one before. I actually had my old iPhone die on me. The screen just went, eep, and then eventually, eep, dead. So I had to actually go get a new one. So I've upgraded to the latest and greatest. So I've got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. We'll see how it does, because I've never done a video recording with it yet. And this is, looking at the selfie view. So it's on my little tripod. We'll see how it does. All right, so what's up and coming? The DC Pen Show, August the 4th through the 7th. I will be there. I'm bringing my entire family this time. Didn't really want to, but kind of have to. So I'm going to show up there Thursday afternoon, and I went ahead and splurged this time. I don't usually do the weekend trader pass, but I went ahead and got it this time, just so I can see what I've been missing on Thursdays and Fridays, because usually I'll show up the big day, the big opening day for the public, just because I haven't really felt like spending the money. And this time we had a little extra time for us to be able to go up. So we just went ahead and booked for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. And we'll be there probably leaving on Sunday morning, maybe midday, in order to come back home. So we'll see how that goes. Look for me. Look for my, my family will be there at least on Saturday. For the most part, we'll be there. And I'm going to hook up with a few friends. We're going to hang out probably with Jim Hines from Hines Pens. I've got some pen pals that are coming down from northern New Jersey. So hopefully we'll hook up with them as well. We'll see how things go. Just look for me. My family will probably all have matching t-shirts with my fountainpenfanatic.com logo on it. And I'm not really sure how much I'm going to be spending at the pen show this year. Haven't really set a huge budget for it, but I am going to bring some cash, hopefully, so we can see how that goes. And see if anything trips my fancy. I don't have anything in particular that I'm going to go for, other than maybe a few parts for some vintage pens that I've got that I really would like to be able to pick up, like an old Conklin kind of thing. I'm still looking for a lock ring for a particular model, old crescent filler. I checked the Raleigh Pen Show. Nobody there had anything. We're going to, keep looking around. And there are some pens that are always on my radar that I have an enjoyment for. I just never know what I'm going to see that really trips my fancy. Besides that, though, I actually have a pen that I splurged for. Didn't know I was going to do it until I just saw something from indy-pen-dance.com, and they put out their monthly tray. And as I looked over that tray, there were a couple of pens that kind of piqued my curiosity. But there was one in particular that I saw that went, ooh, that just might do it for me. So an old Schaefer Balance oversized. Schaefer balanced oversized with factory stub nib. That's what made me decide, all right, I'll splurge for it, because I've never had a Schaefer factory stub nib before from the 1930s. So I figured, why not? I like the balance. I like the oversized. And the fact that it had the factory stub, we'll see how that does. So that's in the mail to me right now. Looking forward to that. All right, so that's the news that's fit to print on that. The giveaway. We've got a giveaway going right now. Hines Pens is giving away the Erst, or as some some nitpicky people have said, and yes, they even said they were being nitpicky. Erste. Better for more the German pronunciation. It's kind of funny because when you do pen videos, first of all, everybody's a critic. There are always going to be somebody who may have a little more information on that you didn't know about, that you really would have no way of knowing about, but maybe they did. So they chime in and they comment. And I've got no problem with that. And then you've always got the people who are just want to complain about something and they wanted to get it off their chest. An example, Le Boeuf or Le Beef. Well, that particular pen brand, an old vintage pen, the name being revived. Well, first somebody commented that that's nothing more than a modern Lorelei, which is a Chinese manufacturer, which I had kind of figured was probably a Chinese-made pen anyway. And they said, yeah, it's like a Lorelei 626. I'm going off the top of my head here. I've actually got it on my computer. And sure enough, I looked it up on eBay, and that pen is for sale for about $35. And one of the colors, identical. I mean, this pen looks identical to that LeBoeuf or LeBeef. I also had one of you comment that you were your sensibilities were kind of offended by the whole LeBeef reference, and I get it.
My name is LeBeef.
You know, talking about your French heritage is, is your ganders up with your French heritage. I get it. Look at my surname, Leblanc. Yeah, mais oui. I come from a French family myself. A bunch of Canucks from Canada, there. So I get it. I took French all through high school. I took 5 years of French, if you count junior high. And, with a lot of French being spoken, my grandparents, their first language was French. They spoke French in the home. Even while I was around and only knew English at the time. My dad had to learn English because they spoke French in the home when he was coming up. So I get it. You're going to find that everybody's a critic. But okay. But I strayed from the topic. The Erste. That pen right now, the giveaway is still going on. So you have your chance. Now, I am going to pick a winner probably about a week after coming back from the DC show. That's going to give everybody at the DC show maybe a time to learn about the giveaway, and that they can also go and try to learn, because I didn't make it easy on you. What did I do? Well, after the Raleigh Pen Show and Jim gave me the pen, I put out a series of videos. And in each video, I put a letter. And you have to find that letter somewhere in that video, and you get those letters and you unscramble them. And what you have to do is tell me what it says by email to me. And I'm not going to tell you what word or words it is, or how many there are, or how many letters. That's for you to figure out. And a bunch of you already have. I was thinking, hardly anybody's going to actually do the work. Several of you have. And I'm talking about as many sometimes as I get that just respond, but you just comment below. Sometimes I only get a handful. Sometimes I get a lot. I've actually been surprised how many people actually put in some effort in order to do it. And one of you, I think, even entered 3 times with 3 different emails. When you get 3 entries from somebody with the same first name within 6 minutes of each other, kind of makes you go, Well, anyway, that giveaway is still going on right now. You have your opportunity. So you'll have, let's see, the pen show is coming up later on this week. You'll probably have a whole week after that in order to do your homework, get your entry in, and I will draw a winner where we will give away the Heinz Pens Erste. Or Erste. Okay? So, you have your opportunity still. Let's see. Upcoming videos. I have been getting, and I didn't really plan it this way. There was no plan in what I did in terms of the videos that I'm going to do, but I'm going to do videos on what I've got. So I actually have one modern pen, and I've got some vintage pens that I am planning on working with. Here's one that I picked up. And this is an old Waterman's from the 1940s, and it's a nurse's pen. And that's got a really beautiful pearl to it, still in really good condition. And I was given some eBay gift cards for Father's Day and for my birthday. And this is what I bought with them, was this right here. And my pen pals have seen letters that were written with this pen. I actually kind of like it. It's a little smaller than I like, but actually it writes pretty doggone well. And it came actually out of a collection. I didn't have to do anything to it except ink it up. So it actually was from the estate of a collector. So I'll do a video on that. And a friend of mine who may be watching this video was going after an auction site, or on an auction site, was going after a batch of pens in a small lot. And one of them was this one right here, though this is not the pen in particular. But he had a Morrison's pen from circa 1920s. And it basically is a hard rubber pen with a, looks like a gold Repoussé style overlay. And they weren't real expensive. It wasn't a huge company. It was a third tier. But Morrison's also had a much more popular pen that I'll talk about in greater detail. But the Patriot, the Morrison's Patriot, which I have had in my collection for some time. So this is actually the more popular pen, that beautiful black chased hard rubber pen that I've got. But this is another one of theirs. And matter of fact, when you look at Richard Binder's website, richardspens.com, and you look up Morrison's in his Glossopedia, you're going to find these are exactly the two pens that are shown there for Morrison's. And I happen to have one of each, that being the newer one, and I actually had to restore this one. And even though it was fairly clean, it really polished up nicely. And I had to knock the nib out of it, clean it up, put it back together, put a new sack on it. And it was not only in really good physical condition, it actually writes pretty well, and it's got a nice little flex nib to it. I don't know if I'll do necessarily a pen video on it, but a buddy of mine sent me this, a nice Schaefer desk pen. I always have a desk pen here on my desk. All right, I've got right now a Waterman's 67 inked up that sits here in blue hard rubber. Matter of fact, right there. This always sits up on my desk, inked up, where I can just reach and grab it. And it's got a second horn sitting there. And I used to keep like a Schaefer's in it. I've had maybe an Esterbrook in it. I've actually had rotated some desk pens. Well, this one here, like I said, given to me by a friend of mine. He's got that nice jade celluloid, but it's got a Feather Touch number 5 nib on it. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this and get it restored. It's kind of chewed up here at the tip. You can tell someone's been biting on it. But this little desk pen should clean up nicely. And the Feather Touch number 5 nib, I actually have one that I acquired not too long ago in a Schaefer's in like a carmine red, and it was actually pretty nice. I also picked up this old Esterbrook, and I actually have somebody in mind for that. So that old Esterbrook desk pen was I've got like 3 of them already. So I've got 3 Esterbrook desk pens here in my collection. And I saw that one, and I actually had somebody in mind for that. So I think they're going to end up with that. I've been also fixing up pens from Antique Digger that I bought a whole lot of pens from him at one point. And these are 3 that are still left that I haven't worked on yet, and I need to get on it. Eversharp Skyline. I love Skylines. Great pens, great looking pens. I love the style on them. I know some who think they're overrated, but personally, ever since I first wrote with them, I was in love with it. Great pens, love them. So I'm gonna have to restore that one. Another Schaefer's with a nice little carmine red, and a lever filler, and I've got a Waterman Crusader tape right that I'm going to have to tear apart and fix up and restore on that. And here's one that's a modern pen for those of you who like modern pens. This is one that Penultimate Dave, he used to go by Visconti Dave online. He does a YouTube channel. He's on Instagram, but I think it was on IG. If it wasn't on Instagram, it was on Facebook, where he shared that he was at a pen gathering and he tried one of these pens. And I had this on my watch list for quite a while, and I thought about investing in it. This is by Kilk, K-I-L-K. It's a Turkish company out of Istanbul. Yeah, I was a child of the 80s growing up.
Istanbul, Constantinople.
So, I was a teenager when that song came out. But this was a beautiful pen. I'm not much on brown, but this tortoise shell I thought was a really good looking pen. And then when you look at the trim on that cap band, it was actually pretty nice looking. And instead of a clip, they've got a simple roll stop on it like that. So you got that classic cigar looking shape to it. I said that is actually probably one of the better looking pens that I saw in the entire catalog by Kilk. So this was offered by Gold Spot Pens. $165 is what they were selling them for. I got this in a broad nib. And I was already looking at broad because I don't know how their nibs were going to react, and I know that sometimes they run a little narrower. Well, Penultimate Dave said that he had actually tried, I think, a fine, and he really didn't love it. Well, I already had a broad that was on my watch list. So I pulled the trigger after he had said that, maybe a broader nib would do well. So I said, all right, let's go ahead and do it. So I went ahead and picked this up in a broad nib. I'm not going to tell you any more details about it. I'm going to save that for the video, but I do have a Kilk video. This is called the Novo Baroque, and that, the model name, and a broad nib. So that is forthcoming as well in a video. So I just need to get to it. I'm sure we'll have a DC video or two. We usually do a walkthrough video. I usually have a pen haul video that depending upon what Matthew actually has a pretty good budget this time. Oh yeah, much better budget than I was used to him having. And my son Benjamin actually is going to have some spending cash to go on this trip as well. Benjamin, on the flip side to us liking the rest of us kind of being more into fountain pens, he actually likes ballpoints. So he has a sizable little collection going for him with ballpoint pens, and I've been funneling some his way when I run across them. Some nice, Schaefer vintage ballpoints I've given him, and I've got some other ballpoints I may just end up giving to him since he tends to like those. So let's see, what else? Giveaways. I already talked about the Heinz giveaway. I actually have in my drawer over here 2 or 3 pens slayed just for the purposes of giveaway. That's all they're here for, is so that I can do a giveaway here or in person. So I can tell you, and this kind of ties in with the next point, subscribe. The higher the subscriber count goes, the bigger the giveaways are going to be. When I reach certain plateaus, I've been tending to give away a nice little giveaway. We gave something away at like 250, 500, 1,000, and as we have gone up in subscriber count, we'll give away more stuff. So, that we're not far from the next plateau or the next level, so we may do a video there. I actually have, as one of the pens we plan on giving away, I've mentioned it, a Pilot Vanishing Point. For those of you who like those, we actually have one that was given to me by a distributor, and we will give that away. I've just been waiting for the right time, and he said, do what you want with it. You can have it, you can keep it, you can give it away. And okay, well, I will give it away. I will plan on doing that very thing, because I already have one. Matthew already has his own. So we'll, and I'm pretty sure my wife has one as well, because she's got a Decimo model. So we've already got some Vanishing Points in the family. So I don't feel like keeping this one. Besides, I kind of like the color that I got for myself a little bit better. So go figure. So anyway, that's what's up. So subscribe, share. Please feel free to share the videos. That's what's up and coming. Trying to think if there's anything else really to share with you guys, but that's what I got. So some more vintage videos coming up, a modern video, some more reviews coming up, giveaways coming up. We'll be at the DC Pen Show. I've got at least 3 nights there, so who knows? Maybe we can see you there. Maybe a lucky few of you will get a chance to hang out and have dinner with us. Who knows? I don't have any plans. I got plans, definitive plans with one group of people so far. We'll see how it goes, all right? That's it for right now. I've already spent like almost 20 minutes, babbling on. So see you at the DC Pen Show. See you here on some future videos. Enter the Heinz contest, the Heinz Erste giveaway contest. Check out the future videos once they're released. Some really cool vintage pens, learn a little bit of history about it, see about things that can be added to your collection, which is why I do the whole video thing, is give you ideas and help you learn like I learned. I learned something. I like to turn around and help pass it on to other folks. And I'm sure once I get my new oversized Schaefer balance, I'll go ahead and share that as well. So I'm actually looking forward to playing with that, just for a learning experience, because I've never played with a Schaefer stub nib from the factory. So that'll be a first for me. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe, share. Thank you. Thank you for watching.